Hello YouTube, Improvised Canine here, back at you with another video. Uh, I just recently got a new phone, so I'm shooting off a new phone. So if you guys are not seeing that dreaded glare anymore that are it's in a lot of my videos, um, you know, uh, it's just a lot better of a camera. So pretty much the same phone. Well, not the same phone. It's a different phone, but that's not why I'm here today. To start off my video, I want to give a my condolences to the families that experienced losses in the Maine massacre shooting that just recently happened this past week at a bowling alley. 22 people were left dead by a former firearms instructors with the military. Um, he had some mental issues. He was going through some psycho. He was recently let go from his job from a failed psychological evaluation. Uh, he had got his hands on some firearms, went out and committed some atrocities that are really bad. Um, we're gonna discuss what happened. It's really sad even talking about this. The man had, uh, his neighbors were saying that a few days prior he was, just like any other day, this normal guy, um, uh, and they had reported he was hearing some voices in his head, and he went out, got his guns, and went out and did bad things about it. The real tragedy in this is that uh, it happened in a gun-free zone. Now, Maine is one of the most two-way friendly states, which is very surprising because it's up north. They don't experience a lot of crime like other metropolitan areas. Maine, New Hampshire, those are states that border Canada. They don't really experience too much crime at all, especially with gun violence or stuff like that. So they have really some of the most relaxed gun laws in the country. Now the governor is calling for an assault weapons ban, but what he what they really should be talking about is more people carrying, because if somebody would have been there to have a firearm, they would have been able to take him out. And this gun is clear, to let all you nerds out there know. But it is, I'm giving an example for the video. If somebody would have been armed, whether now, I get it, some people don't want to see people walking around with firearms, open carrying. I open carry at times. It's a concealed carry here in North Carolina. It's an open carry state. Um, so is Maine, I believe, and it's a constitutional carry state, which means you can open or conceal carry without a permit. If some people wouldn't been in there carrying, concealed carrying, the man had a malfunction for 40 seconds. He had to clear his gun. It took him 40 seconds to clear his gun. That'd be more than enough time for somebody to pull out their pistol, get on target, squeeze the trigger. Even if they had to rack around in, that would have ended this situation would have been done. 22 people would have never lost their life. Plain and simple. If there had been an armed security guard there, um, it. But who's going to hire armed security at a bowling alley? Nobody. And I understand we didn't expect this to happen, and that's the thing. But you know, people, I think, live in this false world where they think something can't happen to them. And I know people may bring up some things that say, well, if nobody would have had guns in the first place, but it doesn't matter if they're using guns, knives, a fucking baseball bat. If if you're unarmed and they're armed, you're screwed most of the time. Okay, now you know it we see it in the UK a lot too, where people, they don't have guns over there, but people get murdered with knives and swords, and people don't. I mean, a sword's a deadly weapon. You know, um, it's been a deadly weapon for hundreds of years. It was the assault weapon back then, and if you don't have a weapon now, uh, it's still pretty much considered an assault weapon. Um, and when you're like I just said, you know, our flesh hasn't changed in the past 1,000 years. Uh, you can be disemboweled by any object. Doesn't matter if it's a gun or not. So, but now we're dealing with weapons that shoot projectiles at over velocities of 2,000 feet per second out of a rifle, and you know, um, you have to have something to match that in order to, because if you don't have a gun and they got a gun, uh, and they're crazy and they're dead set on killing you, uh, they most likely will succeed. You hiding behind a desk or a table, it's not going to stop a two 223, 5.56, or a 7.62 by 39 round from going to that table and obliterating your body. Okay, the only thing you're gonna have to match fire with fire, and that's by having a sidearm on you. Now, I'm not saying a pistol is gonna be better than an AR-15 in that situation, but it's goddamn better than having nothing. And like I said, he had a malfunction. If somebody would have had a sidearm like this Taurus G2C, um, they would have most likely been able to take that person out. You know, again, this is a tragedy that happened. Like I said, I understand somebody even that charged him with the butcher knife. He's gonna go down as a hero because and he had lost his life in the process of trying to. But if he would have had a firearm, that psychopath would have never got away with 22 murders, would he? So, um, I would like to, I guess in this message, I would like to see more people go out and get their concealed carry. I don't care what state you're in. Um, I would like to see more armed guards in our schools. Um, I would like to, uh, and I would like to see, uh, you know, more punishment for uh, psychopaths getting their hands on weapons. Now, I'm not going to go into the whole uh, weapons debate. Do I think there needs to be psychological evaluations, or they kind of ask you a lot of stuff during your 4473, and in a lot of different states, it's a lot, it's different everywhere. But we need to step up more security for our public, and public safety should be a big a big issue that's not addressed enough. And um, like how this is talked about, we have several murders every day in our inner cities. You know, and we don't talk about that. It doesn't get publicized because nobody expects this to happen in uh, rural Maine, but it does. It happens, and so we need to step up and uh, confront this problem and confront it the right way. So, and the first step is educating the public, keeping the public safe, and allowing people who want to be armed, okay, instead of restricting their rights, because taking away guns do nothing. This is an inanimate object, okay. You give me the parts, and it's just pieces of metal and polymer frame plastic that anybody can put together within 30 minutes. So it's not going to stop somebody from 3D printing one of these off, or getting the ammunition from wherever. They're always going to be here. Okay. So like, comment, share, subscribe. Thank you.